What is up, game cyclers? It's another week and another gaming haul. This one's super exciting. We're going to go over this whole thing, see what's new, see what's fresh, check it all out. Why don't we go over the table real quick? We have the Ring Fit, the another version of Nintendo's installation of come and buy this instead of a gym membership. They've done that like 3 times already, which is hilarious. We have all of our SNES. We have all of our Game Square. I call it Game Square because I measured it. It's not actually a cube, so false advertisement. It's like 2 inches off. Wii U. Wii! And these guys. Oh, Xenoblade Chronicles in box. Very nice. And then a Fire Emblem. Really cool stuff. Yeah, and on the table here we have... Actually, this is really interesting, guys. If you're an SNES inbox collector, we got so much quality SNES inbox stuff that came in this week. It's actually wild. Some really rare games, and they're all in amazing condition. This is interesting. This was a promo disc back in the day. Believe it or not, they used to give you promo CDs of soundtracks, and this is for Super Smash Bros. Best soundtrack, period. That one's for the Wii. Then we have this gorgeous looking guy. I've only ever seen the 2DSs in blue, so a purple one is quite nice. And yeah, Trinity Trigger, who cares? Conker's Bad Fur Day, super cool. I always bring that one up. I love this game, guys. You know at this point. The gold version of Ocarina of Time. This one's really cool because it was normally released in a gray cart, so the gold version of this is rare. The Majora's Mask one isn't really as much because that was the normal release. This Spider-Man game's awesome. Once again, guys, I know you're gonna hate it, but I play this on Dreamcast. Dreamcast for life. And then, yeah, I think you guys came here for a reason. You come here every single time for a reason, and that's for the Cam picks. So let's check them all out. In this week, I actually have some TV shows, which is kind of weird because we usually only do video games. And they're the Nintendo TV shows, totally on theme. We're keeping the theme down. Super Mario Bros. Showdown in Brooklyn. Look at this. Look at it. You go there, you go to Brooklyn. You can't beat this. I actually think this is why they made in the movie They Go Below Brooklyn, because it's clearly it existed in the past. So, and we also have Super Mario Bros. 3 Adventure the season with the Koopa kids. Come check that out. This is really interesting when they really started to give them personalities. I feel like they fleshed that out better in Super Mario World. And then we also have Excuse Me, Princess, the greatest Zelda game ever. Come and get this because look at there's Zelda right there. She's a heroine. Ignore that. Look at Zelda right there. She's a heroine, and her game's coming out soon. So you can do a little Legend of Zelda, little fun 80s TV show action. Now this is an interesting one. We have Double Dash. So you cannot just play one Double Dash, but you can play Double Dash, which makes it the doubliest of all the dashes. Great game. Get your friends involved. Just all around great night to play. And then my other favorite one is the Zelda collection. This one has Zelda 1, Zelda 2, Zelda Ocarina of Time, and Majora's Mask. Majora's Mask is my favorite game. Zelda 2, real talk, guys, is actually an amazing game. And I feel like it got short in the stick because a lot of people compared it to the first one. But it is its own game. So judge it on its own merits, not from the first game, and you'll love it. For the time, it was very revolutionary. And then, now we get to the juicy stuff, guys. A beautiful, gorgeous box version of Doom Patrol. What do I know about... Doom Troopers. What do I know about Doom Troopers? You obviously can tell absolutely nothing. It's a gorgeous box. It seems cool. And it has very Doom aesthetic-y to the front of it. So, gorgeous game. Come check it out. And then, something I know a little bit more about is War of the Gems, Marvel. This is just an all-around fun Marvel game. You can say it is an absolute gem. So, yeah, guys. Great Mario haul. Nintendo haul, more like it. Really cool stuff. So I'm thinking that you guys gotta come in, check out all this stuff. This is just this week, and we're gonna go to the next lot. So let's go check it out. Whoa, look at all the Sony stuff. This is super cool. Actually, every single time Sony just always impress. Microsoft, not so much. But Sony, beautiful every single time. So let's kind of go over what we got here. We have a good old-fashioned tubby little Cartman for Stick of Truth. We have this really interesting box here. I'm going to lift it. It's like 1,000 pounds. Don't say I don't do anything for you guys. It comes with a backpack in a little tiny form. And it comes with a bunch of steel books and her face on a thing and a bracelet. So you guys can be best BFFs forever. It also comes in this big old heavy box that's quite beautiful looking. Woo! And we have a Portal, PS Portal. I've already covered those. You guys know the whole drill with the Portal. You got to keep the thing on, do the whole daddy-o. This is a PS1, like literally a PS ONE. This was the second release of the PS1. It's a Slim. Super fantastic. We have Gex. Gex is the best. I always think he's the Geico lizard, but he's actually not. He's his own thing, guys. Originality. This is a gun from the GunCon for the PS3. So if you want to play Time Crisis, you totally can now. Now this is interesting. My Game Cycle compatriots. This is the PS1 Mini or Classic, and essentially what it does is it lets you plug into the TV with an HDMI, and it's almost like an emulator. You can turn to the greatest emulator ever, and I think a lot of people are doing that lately. So that's a fun little one. We have PS3, we have PS4, we have PS2. PS2 this year a week is a lot. Like that's a lot of PS2, and that's just like normal fodder PS2. Nothing even all that crazy. But like I said, you guys only come here for one thing, and those are the cam picks. So let's go over them right now. We have for the PS5, Returnal. I know nothing about this game, but my boss absolutely adores it. He thinks it's the greatest game ever. So if it stinks, tell him that you think that he has a bad opinion. So, not me. I haven't played it. And then we also have Demon Souls, which kind of kicked off the whole Dark Souls genre. So guys, come and get this game and enjoy the beginning of it all, because Dark Souls is now the new hotness. Like everything, isn't the new Monkey game all Dark Souls like? All these guys are huge. Shao Run Khan, I believe it's called. And then I love this one. I'm putting this in the camp picks because the amount of hours I have into this game on PC and other systems, just for the Zombie Chronicles DLC is fantastic. That DLC has like 20 zombies maps, and you can do all the Easter eggs with your friends. The greatest time ever. And then we also have a little game called Folklore. This is just a cute, fun little playthrough, a single player experience that's super unique. So go and enjoy that bad boy. As well as we have on the PS1 Parasite Eve. This game is super scary. We also have the sequel in store, but we didn't get that this week. We only got the first one this week. So you can get both. Come in and get both. And then we also have Half-Life. Half-Life is really cool. This kind of started a lot of really interesting story stuff. This also was the beginning of Valve becoming a mega god emperor. These games are so successful that they ascended to the next stage of existence, and they don't even make games anymore. So it's kind of wild that you can make 3 successful games and then become untouchable. And then my final favorite game for the PS2 system is RPG Maker 3. This is really cool. You can go through, make dungeons, kind of design your own RPG. Obviously, it has limitations, but for a PS2 game at the time, this was almost endless hours of fun. So that one's really cool. Now, guys, we're going to go to a sad Microsoft haul. And we're going to check that out. But in the meantime, zoom in on all the PS stuff that you like. Tell us what you're interested in. And time to go to the Microsoft Hall. 3, 2, 1, sadness. All right, guys. Eternal Sadness. Let's check out Microsoft this week. It's not a whole lot. And I think it's just because Microsoft has the Game Pass, and it has the way that they kind of like show off their stuff. It's very accessible on their... So it's good for them. Like, Game Pass is great. It's a good platform. But unfortunately, it means that a lot of people don't really have a lot of Microsoft to sell. 360 is still my favorite console of all time, so don't sell it short. And the Kinect, guys, is still super fun, and the games are just like a fun little party game. So don't forget about that. But yeah, this is just sad, so we're just gonna ignore it, and we're also gonna go to the actual cool part of the haul is the surprise aspect. So let's go to the surprise of the week, and see you guys there. 3, 2, 1, let's go. All right, Game Cyclers, check out this haul. This is an infinite amount of original Game Boy games, Game Boy Advance, and Game Boy Color. This is probably the biggest Game Boy haul we've actually ever gotten. It is gorgeous. It is a whole bunch, an infinite amount. I can't even go over all of them. There's so many. There's a bunch of Pokemon over here. And we put in all new batteries as well, just to make sure that you guys can save. We even have some new 3DSs and DSs. Really cool haul. Little Pokemon pinball over there, if you want to play your pinball shenanigans. I threw the light gun in here as well because it's my favorite thing ever, and there's going to be Dreamcast and everything I talk about because it's my favorite system. Get over it. But yeah, like the amount of unmitigated Game Boy is wild. I've never seen this much in my life, so this is crazy, guys. Come in and check it out. But you guys are all here for one reason only, and that's the Camp Picks. So we're going to start with my number one favorite thing on the table, obviously, is the Dreamcast light gun. Play this with House of the Dead. Play this with... not even Code Veronica. Just play it with House of the Dead. There's like a few other games. It's super fun. Light gun technology at the time was the best, and Dreamcast does it the best. And then, besides that, we have Busta Bros, which is a really cool GBA game. Know nothing about it, but he looked kind of goofy. We have the original Kirby's Dream Land. This is when Kirby was white. yeah, he was white originally, little white amorphous blob that consumes everything in sight. Kind of reminds me of myself. And yeah, we also have a Golden Sun, which is going to be something I'm going to get in a lot of trouble for saying. Better than, say it with me, better than Final Fantasy. Yeah, there you guys. Mine just got canceled there. And then we also have Tactics Ogre, which is a really cool tactics game. There's another game like this similar on other consoles, but this one was kind of like a nice way to just keep that in your pocket, play some ogres on the go. This one's fun and confusing at the same time. This is The Legend of Zelda's Four Sword Adventures, except for it's not. It's actually, if you just have a GBA, it's just a Link to the Past. But if you have 4 Game Boy Advances, or maybe even 2, but in 2 other games, you can actually play the Four Swords. So unless you have that whole thing set up and you have a friend, then you can play the Four Swords game. But if not, you actually can't even play the game, which is very frustrating for consumers. And then we also have the one, the only Castlevania 2 Belmont's Revenge. Getting Castlevanias on the GB is great. Go around, kill some vampires on the go. And you just have the classic Wario Inc. This one was a fun one on the GB as well. Gotta love when they introduced and really pushed Wario and that anti-Mario shenanigans. And then the last game is, don't worry guys, I get a little bit of redemption here, Final Fantasy Legends. It is fantastic. I'll give you Final Fantasy nerds that. It is a great game, super fun, and the Game Boy Advance was the perfect format for it. So yeah guys, this is the crazy haul. Awesome stuff. Really fun surprise this week. Better than last week's Skylanders. This blows it out of the water. So yeah guys, come in the store, come pick them up. They're going live as soon as the video goes live. So you can come in and grab all these things, give us a call, put us aside, and you know what? Remember, have a game cycle-tastic day, and beam me up, Scotty.